Good day, everyone. I am Wong Hui Ching. I would like to present about the sustainable fishery management in Terengganu State commercial fishery by using bioeconomics modeling approach. The main idea of this research is about the sustainable fishery management in Terengganu. So we will discuss about the challenges and the difficulties that faced by the fishermen in Terengganu, such as sustainable fishing practices, overfishing, and also the environmental degradation, which is threatening the long-term viability of the fish stock in Malaysia. So the literature review of this research is about the catch of the fishes has been reached the limits, and according to the Malaysian Department of Fisheries (DOF), the fish catch has been decreased from 2016 to 2022 because of the reason of the overfishing. So the issue of this marine ecosystem and fishery has been on the rise because of the overexploitation, climate change, pollution, and also habitat degradation. And also based on Pitcher and Chong 20, 2013, the status of the global fishery is not improving, and there is also a serious depletion occurs. So that the most issue that we are facing in this situation is the over exploitation has caused the number of fishery is decreasing. So the problem statement of this research is about the fishery resource is declining, not only in Malaysia and also in global. So we can define this as the overexploited status. So overfishing is not only occur in Malaysia but also in other country as well. So the main reason of this declining fishery stock is because of the demanding of the fishery is higher than the supply of the fishery. So this is the reason that over exploitation occurs. And we have a lot of fishery management policy implemented to protect the fishery resources. However, the fishery resources is still declining, and also the limited supply is still occurs. Among the questionable research questions in these studies are the sustainable practice would affect the fishermen's catch, and the next one is the climate change and overfishing are hindering the process of the fishery industry. And last is how is the policy and the programs which affect the sustainable fishery management. So we have to see the practice that we implement, is it will affect and efficient to the sustainable fishery management. Furthermore, the objective of this research is about to produce a bioeconomics model which involves the fish population and also the economic factors in Terengganu's commercial fishery, so that we not only ensure that the fish population is also take is also implement is also take it in a serious position, and also the economics issue also in for the fishermen is also take it in a serious issue. To analyze the impacts of the fishery management policy to ensure the long term of the fish stock is also important. At last is we have to propose the proper fishery management policy to improve the social economic fishermen in Terengganu. Okay, next, through this research, the overfishing and climate change are the factors that should be investigated. So by implement those ecological and economics perspective, so this study will contribute some effective sustainable management practice to the society, and the outcome will be benefit to the local communities and also the fishermen. And yet environment also is important in this study. So the more data we collect, so the result will be more accurate and more precise. So in this research, bioeconomic models are appropriate and using for this study for the relationship between the fishery and also sustainability. So this model will incorporate about the biological, economic, and environmental factor. So these three factors will affect the fish stock in the Terengganu. So furthermore, it will also help us to identify the sustainable harvesting level and also the optimal management strategies, which give some effects to the fishermen and also the fish stock in a positive way. Okay. So the primary data will be used in this research, such as the interview section and survey with the fishermen will be collected in Terengganu states, and the fishing technique will also be concerned in this survey to determine the catch and the effort, the data for fishing annual statistic of the fishermen in Terengganu. And also the secondary data will also can be obtained from the Department of Fishery Malaysia. So the time frame that we use is 20 years, which is from 2000 until 2023. So the state of this research, we will focus on Terengganu state and the Malaysian fishery production that involve the aquaculture and capture fishery are also collected. So the expected outcome of this research is about so the impact of the implement of the sustainable fishery management on fishermen is can ensure that there will be a economic benefit for the fishery sector to our future generation while maintaining the ecological integrity. So through this research, we can ensure that the fishermen able to get their income by using these fishery activities, and also the these economic benefits are maintained. At the same time, we also can maintain the sustainability of the environment. So furthermore, evidence-based recommendations are provided to improve the fishery management practice. That's all for my presentation. Thank you for listening.